As we're getting to our fresh best of 3 into our semifinals and spawning in the top right hand corner of torches, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss. It is Creator. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats. Coming into this, I mean, this could go either way. I will say that these two players are very close in skill, very closely ranked. Oh my god, and here, let's go! We spoke about it earlier. Welcome to Torches. Torches is it's the second most viewed map in the map pool. Second only to Last Fantasy. It's a rare map. It's a spicy map, known for cheese, known for all-ins, known for aggression. And ByuN, he's proxying in the natural of his opponent, but barely out of vision. Remember, he mined out one mineral patch to be able to fit his racks in. Did fit in. And Creator, he's unaware. Creator, he is currently unaware. Gases are being taken. And with this, we should be going Proxy Reaper. You know, a standard opener here out of Creator, going Gate, Cyber, Expand. Reaper's on the way. Ooh, no EVA block. Oh, he checks. Yeah, he does check. He does confirm. He does get. I mean, he saw the minerals. Unfortunately, he saw the gold minerals in the hands of the SCV, so he knew. He knew, of course, that it did come from the wall. Does got the proxy. Boys are being pulled, and we're going for the bunker. Ooh, rough RNG. Maybe ByuN does head on the other end. Ooh, does head over to the other side. Yeah, the SCV is safe here in between. Trying to get progression on the bunker, but the bunker is getting very low. Ooh, and the bunker is cancelled. Cancels the bunker. Kills the SCV. Nice snipe. Ooh, oh my god. As Reaper does take extra swipes, extra hits. Reaper going to be forced out. Second Reaper's on the way. Gets one perp so far. Just one. Just one worker so far. I mean, Creator, he had to... I mean, there was some denied mining time. That is true, but Creator, he holds. He does hold on. Stalker has arrived, and Creator, he will shut down the proxy. Whew, okay. He will shut this down. Back at home, ByuN is expanding. CC on the high ground. It did go for the factory before CC because of the double gas. So ByuN, he's working on the next step. But again, a very delayed command center here for ByuN. Very delayed. Starport is already in production. Opening up Cyclone. Another probe goes down. And with that, Creator, he holds, he defends. He's now going to be able to take up, going for his own Twilight Council into Blink. And so far, Creator, he's looking very stable. Looking very stable here. ByuN, who was hoping for more damage. And we'll see what this kind of leads us. What's the follow-up going to be? I'm going for the drop. He's going for a Cyclone drop. You know, Reapers will go back in. They get one. They get two probes. Two probes go down. That's 3 in total. Going for another probe in the main. Ooh, gets another. Okay. He's slowly getting damaged. 3. That's 4 probes in total. 4 probe kills for 2 Reapers. It's okay damage. It's a 4 or 5? 5. Oh, 5 in total. Meanwhile, just wait for the second Cyclone. And right now, there's a lot of pressure on ByuN to get damage done, and so far he's pulling it off. He is doing it. He's getting damage, and here he's looking for more. He's ideally looking for more probe kills, maybe a Stalker or 2. Cyclones are moving in. Creator, he is in position. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready in the main base. He does spot the medevac. Rotates over towards the left-hand side. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, just a misread here from Creator. We got a couple of lock-ons. Gets 2 probes. And Blink is still not done, only halfway. And without Blink, ByuN, he just boosts back and forth in between the bases. Denies more mining time. And ByuN is recovering. He is recovering. Again, 0 mining at the natural. Goes back into the main, going for the Stalkers. Medevac is going to go down. Oh, Medevac does start moving. So it's going to be a one-way trip, but he does get one of the Stalkers, does get a second Stalker as well. Can he get a third? Oh, not quite. Gets another worker. With that, he gets cleaned up. And was that worth it here? 8 probe kills in total. He did deny a lot of mine time at the natural, and even in the main base as well. He was also containing Creator on 2 bases while ByuN expanded, right? This entire time, ByuN, he was expanding. The Zealot did kill 2 SCVs, did force a bit of friendly fire. But ByuN now expands, and ByuN has recovered. Again, ByuN, he has an equivalent, if not greater, economy, bearing in mind he has mules. Ideally, the Protoss wants to be up in expansion. 3rd base is on the way, but this is going to be a more delayed 3rd here for Creator. True, this is also delayed because of all the aggression, because of all the harassment. So ByuN is back in this. He's back in this game, behind this, getting to stim, building up additional tanks. Now, the fact that we have a 3rd tank on the way tells us that ByuN, he might commit on 2 bases. We might see additional Raxes, and we could commit into a 2-base all-in. So we'll keep an eye on ByuN's setup. We'll see if he expands or does move out. So we're waiting for either 2 more Raxes or we're waiting for a 3rd CC. As there, here comes the add-on swap. Now he gets out of tank production. Only 3. Only 3 tanks. Bay is on the way. Okay. Creator going to be opening up Bay into Colossus, not into Storm. Going for a Colossus opener instead. Going for some more consistent splash damage. And we'll see if we can get there. Ooh. Observer gets caught out. Observer gets caught. I'm still waiting for that next step. I mean, so is Creator. That's why he's here outside of the naturals on patrol. He's here to spot the move outs if there is one. Creator is saturating back at home, getting a couple of safety shield batteries. Creator pulls away. I mean, Creator, he has very limited vision on the right-hand side of the map, so he can't see any kind of drop play. So Creator, he pulls back. I mean, the Observer just got sniped. So Creator playing scared. Here comes ByuN. Again, he's got 3 tanks. That's a lot of tanks. Now, ByuN, ideally, as he gets spotted, is to wedge himself in between the bases and kill the 3rd. We'll see if he can kill the 3rd and zone Creator away. There's a scan. Creator is getting ready on the right-hand side. ByuN sims in. Nice force fields. But ByuN, he does not get the Immortal. Ooh, barely not. Immortal does get away, does survive. Colossus does pop out. So far, so good. Creator is holding on. You know what ByuN is committing. We see 2 more Raxes on the way, not a 3rd TC. Actually, why not both? But que los dos. Tanks are sieging on. 1 tank does go down, but brutal mine shots, and with that, yeah, he's done it. Yeah, ByuN, he's done it. He has just punished the army, takes out the Colossus, takes out the Immortals, and he will just snowball out of control. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take game number 1. GG. That is just such a brutal position on torches. That area in between the 3rd and the natural, just wedging himself in between the bases. We saw the Creator, he got caught out. He got caught out in between the bases as well. He was unable to slow down the push across the map. He was forced to attack and fight back at home instead, and yeah, the tanks did siege, the tanks did bully. We saw the Creator, he made a choice there. He made the choice to blink forward to focus on the tanks, but he got punished by the Widow Mines. There were Widow Mines under the tanks, so he got punished in the end. Stalkers did go down. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Now, we've gotten over torches. Torches is one of the more quirky maps in the map pool. It was a very chaotic game in general here with the proxy, with the 2-base follow-up, but now we're going to be loading into Persephone, a map where I would say the Creator is going to be a little bit more comfortable on, at least a little bit. Here we go. He built the Colossus, he wanted to lose. I mean, plenty of players do play Colossus still. If you're unfamiliar with TvP, Storm was all the craze a couple of months ago. But the meta has shifted. And here we go, we're getting into our next game. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, but looking to bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Creator. Here we go. go. This creator does move out. And again, unfortunately, despite the initial defense at a creator, ByuN, he was able to do so much in the counterattack when it came to the Reaper harass, when it came to the Cyclone harass. As you recall, he did catch up, if not exceed, a creator when it came to the economy. I mean, did exceed. And again, he was able to get across the map. But like, the map also played into that as well. I was trying to emphasize how quirky Torches is, but Torches has a shorter rush distance by ground, and again, has that abusable area in between the bases as well. Here, the rush distance is longer, so here, that's why I did mention that Creator should be a little bit more comfortable coming into Persephone, and he's scouting for proxies. Yeah, he found out 3 probes? Oh my god. Unfortunately, a bit of a misread here out of Creator. I mean, he does not see the racks, so again, he gets faked out. A brutal start. Yeah, brutal start for Creator. ByuN, he threw down the racks further back in the main, so Creator, he believes that it's proxied. He does believe, so he loses more mining time. Doesn't sound like a lot, but for 3 pros to be scouting for nothing is brutal. And now he knows. Yeah, now he realizes, goes up into the main, and Reaper's revealed. He's like, I see. Yeah, their axe was just further back in the main base. So a nice fake out here by ByuN. Cheeky start. Cheeky start out of our Terran player. As ByuN is sitting up on the high ground. Again, it's not uncommon for a Terran player to throw down their racks further back in the main, or even at the natural, right? Even like behind the mineral line at the natural as well. It does happen from time to time, and hey, it can pay off, like we just saw. Can pay off. As Creator behind this, opening up Twilight Council. Twilight Council open out of Creator, just going for a standard opener into Blink. ByuN has had a slightly better start. We'll see if Creator can recover. Behind this, ByuN getting to its own 1-1-1. Starport is on the way for drop play. We're building up Marines. We're not going for a mine drop. We're going for something more dedicated. Going for a Marine drop alongside the Cyclone. So much more dedicated here out of ByuN. Here he comes. Shut down. Get behind this, we should just be building up our gateway counts before expanding. ByuN, he will soon push. You can see the army's ready for the drop. Ready to load up. It is going to be a safe opener out of Creator going 3-gate blink. This is more standard nowadays, going 3-gate blink before the 3rd. Even sometimes a robo and gases before the 3rd. Yep, there we go. Robo's on the way. This is the go-to. This is the meta. Here comes ByuN. Ideally, he wants to get into the mineral line, but Creator is somewhat in position. He has 2 Adepts and 2 Stalkers ready in the main. And he will zone away. Yeah, takes on the first Marine. Nice positioning here by ByuN. He loads up, pulls out. So nice defense here from Creator. Doesn't kill the army, but does deflect. ByuN boosting back in. This time he does get another probe. Again, he knows the blink is not ready. Gets 2 workers. Pushing on the right-hand side. No shield battery. Uh-oh. Yeah, Loken is brutal. He can chase out the Stalker. It's going to be force back. Creator, he is holding on. So far, so good. He's holding. Blink is almost complete. And with that, Creator, he has held. He has held, and soon he can now expand and take another base. Prism is on the way, so Creator's going to gain map control and try to even punish ByuN. We'll see what he can get done. Behind this will expand. Back at home, ByuN getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. Stim is on the way, tanks are setting up as well. Stim is looking a little bit exposed, so we'll see if maybe Creator can punish that. So Creator is moving in. Rallying out with the Stalkers. Oh, my apologies. He has 4 gates. I just assumed he had 3, but never mind. 4-gate blink. So much more dedicated here from Creator. He's gonna double down. And I only see, okay, there's 2 tanks. There's 2 tanks here, but Creator is gonna commit. He's gonna dive into the natural. 1 tank goes down. He gets 1. He gets a bunker as well. We're late to pull the boys. Yeah, late reaction there from ByuN. We'll lose the bunker. We'll lose the tank. Has to fight out of range. Nice control here, breaking the lock on. It does break the lock-on, takes out the Cyclone as well, and Creator, he can just snowball out of control. Without tanks, there's no defense here. Tanks are just coming now down from the low ground, sorry, from the high ground. Trying to move down, but this is too much. It's getting out of hand here. SCVs are falling, another tank gets picked up as well. And Creator, he does punish. As the boys are being fooled, 11 SCV kills. Again, 4-gate blink, a bit of a rare sight, and I do apologize for missing that 4th gateway. I just thought it was 3-gate. But a 4-gate blink. Blinking forward, takes down the final tank, and there's nothing left. There's just nothing here. Again, ByuN, he himself also failed to scout and failed to recognize how many gateways there were. He just wasn't ready for the counterattack. Wasn't ready for the 4-gate. And Creator's just snowballing from here. Just snowballing out of control. Takes down the tank once again. I mean, ByuN, he is picking off some of the Stalkers, true. He's getting as much value as he can, but it's an uphill battle. GG gets called. Creator, he will tab the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Again, a bit of an older school build. 4-gate blink was in meta like a year ago, 2 years ago, like 2023, coming into 2024 as well. Was very much so prominent in PvT, but then it fell off just because, I would say, it became a little bit too popular. Terran players were being more defensive, were shutting it down, and it just kind of fell out of favor, fell out of fashion, as it is very dedicated. If a Terran player scouts what's going on, if they can recognize the 4-gate blink, then typically the response is 2 bunkers on the low ground. You can pre-pull the boys as well to repair, to set up on the low ground as well, and you have to set up your tanks. But bearing in mind that the tank production was delayed because ByuN did open up double Cyclone. Remember, he opened up double Cyclone. He was more dedicated to harassment, to aggression, which also delayed tanks, which also made his defensive position weaker. So a really nice reaction there by Creator to punish the aggression of ByuN. And with that, here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into the ace match. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is a Creator. Here we go. Again, a cheeky response, a cheeky build going 4-gate blink, which again is not really seen too often nowadays. But a good way to punish ByuN. And now we load into one of the largest maps in the map pool. One of the largest maps. So if we were to calm things down and get into the mid game and get into a more standard setup, this would be it. More so than some of the others. You see Creator scouting for proxies. Does check the 3rd location. Checks out the tuna. Ah, true. Does check the tuna out. Before moving out. And this time there's no fake out. This time the Rax is on the ramp. This time ByuN does not fake out his opponent. As we see ByuN going for an economic opener, single gas opener CC on the high ground. As we mentioned before, like welcome to Tokamak, this is one of the this is the most defensive map in the map pool, true. So we often see a lot of longer games here on Tokamak, the mid game, the late game as well. We haven't really traversed there in this series between these two players, but there's a higher chance that we get there here and now in the ace match. Not saying it's a sure thing, but again, more likely. Oh, Tech Lab first. Okay. Going Rax Expand, going Tech Lab before Reaper or Reaper or Marine, so no scouting. ByuN, no Reaper scout, no scout whatsoever. He does go for the earlier Tech Lab. This can be for an earlier add-on swap, or can rush into something like Concussive Shell. I feel like if that was the case, we'd see the CC on the low ground instead to bait out a unit. Yeah, add-on swap. So add-on swap in early Cyclone. Meanwhile, that is a Robo opener. Speaking of unorthodox openers here. Okay. Robo open out of Creator. This is very out of fashion. Creator, he's one of the few that still does this. I say this quite often, but Creator, in my mind, he's like one of the more defensive Protoss players, or more macro-oriented Protoss players out there, in South Korea specifically, more so than Classic, more so than Hero, more so than Zaun. Robo openers can go a couple different ways. If you remember, back in the day, this used to be the way to hard counter 3-Racks, like 3-Rack Stim. Like this heavy commitment into Bio, you'd open up Robo into a fast Bay into fast Colossus production. Here, this would be Robo into a fast Prism to harass across the map. So we can open up with the earlier aggression with the Prism first, or we can go into a faster Bay into faster Colossus, into a very safe opener, very safe. The downside of opening up Bay and opening up Colossus is you do lose map control, right? You lose map control because you have no map presence, because you have no Blink Stalkers. So there's a give and take, but there it is, Prism first. Prism first to move out across the map. As you mentioned, the downside of this is that your army is going to be less mobile because Blink is delayed, and there comes that Twilight Council going into the delayed Council into delayed Blink. I'm assuming Blink instead of Charge. I'm assuming. But here comes that Prism. Meanwhile, ByuN is moving out, going for his own Mind Drop. Did open up Cyclone, but he doesn't move out with it. He does keep the Cyclone back at home. And the Observer just saw. Yeah, just saw the Cyclone. Just saw the 1-1-1 setup. But I believe Creator, he will miss. Ooh, the drop. Does miss the Mind Drop. Drop is coming in. Creator, he does react. Does pull away. And good reactions here from Creator. Woodwine does come back in. And we're just now warping in Stalkers. Up. And so far, 2 probes. 2 probe kills, all those mining time. So far, some nice damage here by ByuN. He even saves one of the Widow Mines. Does save it, can always go back in. Meanwhile, Creator warping across the map for, I said 4 Stalkers. There's going to be 3 Stalkers and a Zept. Bit of a mismatched drop here, but regardless, can still go for SCVs. And we have a Banshee opener here out of ByuN. He's going for the ByuN move out. Let's go. He's pushing without stim. So this is a pre-stim move out. No stim, but 2 tanks and a Banshee. Very dedicated, very aggressive. Observer does spot the move out. And Creator, as ByuN moves out, Creator moves in. Creator who moves in. SCV is going to be picked off. This could end up in a really weird kind of base trader scenario. Do we go for the warp in? We do. Bold move does go for the warp in. That means there's that much less to defend back at home. And ByuN, he's going to commit. He's going for it. He's going for the all-in. SCVs are going down. We're going to drop the units. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there by Creator. He was distracted. I mean, he's scrambling for a defense back at home. He's got Immortals, true. He has 2 Immortals back at home. And he gets 1 Cyclone. Yeah, takes out the first Cyclone. Nice force field. Slowing down the push, slowing down the tanks. But the tanks, they are sieging up. And Creator, he cannot get on top of them. Yeah, he can't quite get on top of the tanks. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home, he deflects the army. He defends. Yeah, somehow, someway, ByuN does defend. He loses 7 SCVs. But I mean, both players were distracted. And once again, brutal tank shots. Immortal taking a lot of damage. But here comes that Prism coming in from behind. And Creator, he should clean this up. He should clean this up. And then we have to figure out where we are. Because it's been very chaotic. So here comes the warp in. Warping in an Archon. At this point, this army is forfeit. And back at home, ByuN is building up again. Building up his tanks, building up his bio. Remember, still no stim. Charge is on the way, not Blink. Which is going to be a more... I mean, I can just shut this down. Blinking on the tanks. Prism taking a lot of damage. But does survive, cleans up all the tanks. With that Creator, he does hold. He breaks out. And we have a 3rd CC on the way. ByuN is going to try to turtle and macro out of this. Okay. Going for his 3rd CC. He's going to be contained. And meanwhile, I mean, this is the downside of going into Charge. Charge is built to fight. He's built to engage. I'm sure the Creator, he's hoping that ByuN would be more active. Pushing into a turtling Terran is not going to be easy. Oh, going for stim. Okay. Might drop back into the main. Ooh, does get targeted down. Stim is denied. Massive pickup. Creator. Okay. Deny stim, which means delays any kind of move out. and ByuN is contained. Yes, ByuN is already getting a third TC, but he should be contained on 2 bases for the near future, and which means Creator can expand. He can freely expand, saturate his third base, start to tech up. Storm is just now finishing up as well. And so far, Creator looking solid. Creator is in a better position. Assuming that he can successfully contain ByuN, right? Like ByuN, he has a third CC that's about to morph into an orbital, and Creator, he should do the best he can to make sure that orbital is delayed for as long as possible. Just contain ByuN, and Creator, he doesn't have to push into this. He may be able to, like he has 5 immortals, but he doesn't need to. Again, there's like a bunker, there's pre-siege tanks, Widow Mines are set up as well. Like we don't have to go in. Like we gotta calm down. We can just expand, we can just chill, take a 4th base, tech up. So I'm hoping the Creator doesn't make the choice to push into this. There's still a chance that he might break this position, but it's unnecessary. Observer goes down. No vision. And yeah, Creator, he just has to wait for ByuN to come to him. That's all we gotta do. Just chill, wait outside the base, and contain the Terran. So we just gotta calm down. Calm down, Patty, calm down. And Creator takes a 4th. Good decision here. Again, Creator, there's no need to attack. Creator, we just gotta expand. Just expand, get a 4th base, start throwing down a 2nd forge, double upgrades, throw down a gateway explosion. Get into armor upgrades as well. ByuN, he is breaking out. Ooh, nice storm. Nice storm with the bio. Oh my god, the storms are brutal. Yeah, storms do connect. They shut down the bio. EP's coming in after the storms. And again, Creator, he's just trying to fight out of range of the tanks. And a really nice engage here by Creator, going for another warp in. ByuN, he's trying to expand, trying to get his 3rd, and he does do so. Oh god, god. The storms are brutal. Yeah, storms are brutal. Tank goes down. And even if ByuN gets his 3rd base up and running, like it's already worth it here for Creator. Nice initial storm. Boys are being pulled. Ooh, ByuN, he's diving on the Immortals. Yeah, there's no more storms left. Immortals are going down. Nice breakout here by ByuN. Storm does zone. ByuN, he does trade. He trades well. Takes down every single Immortal. Yeah, very nice breakout. Now, and at this point, we have to counterattack. That's 14 dead SCVs. Remember, Creator, he's on 4 bases. Now is the time to push. Like, ByuN, he's up in supply, but the soup does lie, right? The soup does lie here, where ByuN is on a timer. If he doesn't attack here and now, then Creator, he's just going to recover. Creator, he's just going to re-warp in, rebuild. He will enjoy the greater economy and be able to remax. So ByuN is going to go. He's got to go here and now. As he is holding onto an EMP. Holding onto an EMP, moving on forward. Snipe goes up on the High Templar. Nice snipe. Ooh, but he runs into another storm. And he will lose the tank. Oh, nice save. Saves the tank. My shot goes off. But ByuN is being caught out, being chased down. Wasn't able to break the 4th base. Yeah, it took too long. The warp ins did complete. Creator getting a 5th. Does pull away. Whew, okay, and the game does continue. Game does continue here. ByuN, he actually isn't too far behind when it comes to the economy. I would say he's actually in a pretty strong position here. Even though he lost 17 SCVs, he rebuilt. He rebuilds very quickly. Very quickly. Able to resaturate that 3rd base. Likewise, remember, he was able to reset the immortal count as well. 4 CCs on the way. ByuN is in this. ByuN, he's very much so in this game. We have a back and forth. That big lead that Creator once had, not really there anymore. And this is also hindering him lack of gases. So he has to take his gases. With this, he can start to afford Colossus. There we go. 2nd Robos on the way. He's going into double Colossus production. Meanwhile, ByuN, he's setting up nicely back at home on 4 bases. We mentioned earlier that this is the most defensive map, the map pool. True. It's very difficult to break a 4 basing player. It goes both ways, but very difficult to break them. As the 4-base setup is very secure here on Tokamak. ByuN breaking out. Again, there's a reason why we said that here on Tokamak, this is the highest chance where we get into the mid to late game. I still at run bys, but A moved on the gas geyser. Oof. Yeah, just stacking the gas geysers, not getting the most amount of damage. 6 SCVs is nice, but that could have been a lot more. Creator getting a 7. Sorry, 6 even. My bad. Getting a safe expansion. It'll still take some time for all these bases to really kick in, but again, he's just taking advantage of his quote-unquote map control. Like, ByuN has been licking his wounds. Colossus are amassing. Again, making 2 Colossus at a time. Again, in PvT, you don't want to rely on purely one source of splash damage, so Colossus with Storm, eventually into Disruptors. Stargate has begun. This is the first sign of a Mothership and Skytoss. I don't think Creator can afford that yet, but he's working in that direction. I feel like Creator is getting ahead of himself a little bit, but sure. As ByuN, he's secured his 4th, fully operational, and both players are about to max. Both players are going to max out. We have ByuN going into Vikings, so he's going to be ready for the Colossus. Likewise, he'll have plenty of EMPs as well. +1 air attack has begun, so again, we are taking in the direction of Skytoss. And I believe a second Stargate. Unless I saw things. Just one. Sorry, Fleet Beacon, there we go. Fleet Beacon's on the way. Basically, as the tech progresses here for the players, ByuN, he should be working towards Liberators, right? It's all about that air control. Vikings for the skies into Liberators, and with high enough Liberator counts, you can just bully the ground army and just bully the Protoss. So typically, Protoss players have to respond with Mass Stalker or with Tempest. So we're getting ready for Tempest production. But again, Creator, he's taking up very quickly. Very quickly. Storm zones away. Which I don't mind if he can get away with it. Oh, as he's actually, for the time being, going into carrier production. And I mean, that makes sense. If you remember, I mentioned how Tempests are going to be necessary against Liberators. We're not even there yet. Like, we're getting into Liberator range. So there is a window in time here where carriers are going to be a little bit more viable. I don't know if that window exists, though, just because of the high Viking count. Like, Tempests are straight up just more efficient. They're just superior to carrier in most circumstances. But there's, I guess, a window here where you can pull this off. It makes sense because Creator's just kind of rushing into this tech. But we'll see if it works out. Nice feedbacks. Does miss one of the ghosts. Nice feedbacks nonetheless. Just see Creator being active on the right hand side. What's scary here is that ByuN doesn't know. True, like ByuN, he has no idea that Skytoss is building up. There are certain players that do delay their Skytoss even further, or just they just avoid it. You are getting 1, getting 2, 3 ghosts. Very nice. 3 ghosts go down. Storms will zone away. So far, Creator having a very nice fight. Deny some of these CCs as well. Cannot push into the liberation zones. The freedom has arrived. So again, he has to respect the freedom. Does have to respect it, does have to pull away. More carriers are building up. I'm still not entirely convinced by said carrier, but I mean, again, it helps that ByuN is unaware. Scans. Just getting guys on the bases. We have 4, soon to be 7 carries. You can see they're just slowly building up in the main. Again, they're being intentionally kept hidden. Just one big surprise move. So again, can we get away with a hidden carrier switch? Ooh, scanned, barely does miss it. Wait, what? What did we see? I saw the Stargates. Okay, saw the Stargates. So he knows that Skytoss is going to be available. There we go. He's making 3 Vikings at a time. Another Starport gets thrown down. Yeah, he's getting ready for Skytoss. He saw enough. He did see enough. Ooh, catching out one of the High Templar, catching out second High Templar as well. Nice storm in the mineral lane. Carriers are revealed. EMP does pop off. Oh, he's pushing in. He's trying to at least. From here, Liberators they can set up. Canada they will. No, my with the storm! Oh my god, he stands in the storms! Yeah, the storms are brutal. Carriers are going down. He stacked everything in the storm, including his Vikings. Took the storm to the face. More Vikings are building up. Likewise does drop the storm. ByuN still making mass Viking. Getting up to 14 Vikings. Creator is trying to go for the kill. Trying to. He's down to 1 High Templar. Storms are not available. Doesn't have a storm, but does take down the Liberators. Does force his way in. He's trying to. As again, there's just the 1 High Templar. He will soon have 1 storm. The close, putting in a lot of work. True, just bullying the ground army. Yeah, he has the high ground and he has done it. At this one, he has done it. Just bullies back ByuN. Takes out the Vikings. GG gets called. Again, the hidden carrier switch did work out. As Creator, he just went straight for the army, straight for the bases. And Creator, he will take the series at 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A cheeky move here from a Creator to hide and bank up those carriers. Thankfully, ByuN didn't scan until the very end. He didn't scan until the very end, and you saw that as soon as he scanned, then he threw down more Stargates, and he started, sorry, Starports, I should say. He threw down more Starports. He was trying to go into those Vikings, but as soon as he got found out, Creator, he pushed. He pushed then and there. He was able to brute force his way through the defenses, brute force his way through the army. GG. GG, well played. Also helped, of course, that ByuN, he was stacking quite hard. He was for the first couple of fights, and with that, ByuN is out, and Creator is in. GG. GG, well played. Creator, he does advance on to the grand finals. And the question becomes, who will face him? Who will face him in those finals? Let's go.